The courtroom falls silent as the judge's gavel slams down, sending a ripple through the gallery. A witness on the stand stammers out a truth so shocking it freezes everyone. A juror grips the armrest, and a coffee cup tips over, spilling its contents. The air is heavy with tension. From the very first breath it's clear. This case is about to take a dramatic turn. The protagonist, Alex, watches the trial from the gallery, an innocent bystander caught in the whirlwind. Alex's uncle, a high-profile lawyer, is the one who's controlling the case, but Alex has no idea that the truth they're about to uncover will change their life forever. Fear and disbelief fill Alex's chest as the consequences of the trial grow clearer. Their family is tied to the case in ways they never imagined, and it's clear that nothing will ever be the same. After the session, Alex confronts their uncle in private. "You've been controlling this case, haven't you?" Alex demands. Their uncle's smile falters, but he quickly recovers. "I'm doing what's necessary for the family," he explains, though his words only make Alex feel more betrayed. The weight of their uncle's actions begins to sink in. The case is personal, and it involves more than just the trial. It involves their family's reputation and legacy. Alex digs deeper into the case, discovering disturbing connections between their uncle and the defendant. The family has been entangled in the scandal for years, but Alex never saw it. With each revelation, Alex becomes more determined to expose the truth. The stakes are higher than ever as they realize that the case isn't just about winning. It's about saving their family from total destruction. Alex confronts their uncle one final time, demanding to know the truth. The family's secret is too big to ignore any longer. "You can't control this anymore," Alex says, their voice trembling with anger and hurt. The weight of their family's actions hangs heavily in the air as Alex finally takes a stand. With the future of the family at stake, they must decide whether to expose the truth or protect their legacy at all costs. After the confrontation, Alex's world feels like it's crumbling. They return home, pacing the floor in thought. The weight of their uncle's betrayal presses down, and every memory of their family's success seems tainted now. As Alex tries to piece together the missing details, a shocking realization hits. The trial isn't just about a wrongful accusation, it's a game for power. Alex picks up a hidden letter found in their uncle's office, a letter that hints at a larger scheme involving influential political figures. "This isn't just about winning a case," Alex murmurs to themselves. "This is about control over the law itself." The pieces are falling into place, and the truth is even darker than Alex imagined. Alex decides to seek answers from a former family friend, Jack, a retired private investigator. Jack has known the family for years, but his loyalty faltered after he witnessed the underhanded dealings. Over a quiet coffee, Jack fills in the blanks. "Your uncle's always been a puppet master," Jack says, his voice low, almost as if afraid to speak the truth aloud. "The case is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a bigger network at play. People in high places pulling the strings." Alex listens, horrified. "You mean the law itself is being manipulated?" Jack nods. "The case was always about more than one person. It's about creating leverage, destroying anyone who gets in the way." Alex's mind spins, realizing the extent of their family's involvement in a criminal conspiracy far larger than they could have ever imagined. Determined to take control, Alex confronts their uncle once again, this time with the evidence in hand. "I know what you've been doing, the people you've been manipulating," Alex says, voice shaking with the mix of fear and defiance. "This isn't just about a case, it's about taking control of everything, and I won't let you do it anymore." Their uncle remains eerily calm, his gaze icy. "You don't understand," he replies coldly. "This isn't personal, it's business, and you're not in a position to stop it." His words sting, but they only fuel Alex's resolve. "You've underestimated me. I won't be a pawn in your game." As Alex leaves the confrontation, they feel the weight of their choices hanging over them. To expose the truth now would destroy their family's legacy, but to stay silent would mean letting their uncle's influence continue unchecked. On the way home, Alex runs into a former family member, Sarah, their estranged cousin. Sarah hesitates before speaking, her voice filled with caution. "I know what you're trying to do. But you don't understand. If you expose this, there will be no going back. The consequences are bigger than you think. Alex's heart races. What do you mean? What will happen if we expose him? Sarah looks away, afraid. He's not just a lawyer. He's part of a system that runs much deeper. If you go against him, you'll be fighting everyone. People you don't even know exist. The next morning, Alex confronts their uncle with a decision that will change everything. I can't let you control me anymore, Alex says, voice steady. I know what you've been doing, and I'm going to stop you. This trial ends now. Their uncle stands, towering over Alex. You're not in control here, Alex. You never were, he says, his tone icy. You're too young to understand the game, but you'll learn the hard way. The door slams shut behind Alex as they leave, the weight of their actions hanging in the air. Alex knows they've crossed a line. There's no going back now. The weight of Alex's decision feels like an anchor pulling them down. Their mind races with the consequences of exposing the truth, knowing that everything they've ever known could crumble. But they can no longer remain silent. Alex spends the night in a quiet frenzy, collecting evidence, organizing notes, and deciding to expose their uncle's machinations. The time to act has come. Alex's resolve solidifies. They can't undo what's been done, but they can stop it from going further. The next step is dangerous, but it's the only step left. I'm doing this, Alex murmurs to themselves, their voice steady with newfound determination. For the truth, for the family. Alex reaches out to an unlikely ally, a former law clerk, Jessica, who worked under their uncle. Jessica has always been loyal to the family, but something about the case has made her uncomfortable. Alex meets her at a quiet cafe, where Jessica hesitates before speaking. I knew something was wrong, but I never had the guts to speak up, she admits. I never thought it would come to this. Your uncle is dangerous, Alex, but you've got to be careful. If you expose him, there will be no turning back. He's connected to people who will stop at nothing to protect him. Alex listens intently. I don't care anymore, Alex says. I've got to stop him no matter what it costs. Jessica nods, offering a piece of evidence she smuggled out. Emails that directly tie Alex's uncle to the manipulated case. This is all I've got. Use it wisely. Armed with Jessica's evidence, Alex makes their move. The courtroom is packed, and the trial has reached its peak. Alex stands up suddenly, interrupting the proceedings with a new revelation. Your Honor, I have evidence that changes everything, Alex says, their voice carrying across the silent courtroom. They lay out the damning emails and reveal the extent of their uncle's manipulation. Gasps ripple through the gallery. The judge's gavel strikes sharply, calling for order, but the damage is done. Alex's uncle stands, pale and furious. You have no proof, he yells. But it's too late. Alex has already exposed the truth. The courtroom feels like it's holding its breath as the trial takes a shocking turn. With the truth exposed, the trial takes an unexpected turn. Alex's uncle tries to salvage his reputation, but it's clear the web of lies is beginning to unravel. The defense falls apart as new witnesses come forward, each one revealing more about the corruption within the family. Alex's heart races as the case shifts from a personal battle to something much bigger. A systemic issue that involves powerful figures outside the courtroom. This isn't just about one man, Alex realizes. This is about an entire network of deceit. We've got to take them down, all of them. The fight has become a war, and Alex is ready to wage it. As the trial reaches its breaking point, Alex faces the hardest choice of all. They've exposed the truth, but at what cost? Family members have turned against them, the media is closing in, and Alex's own reputation is on the line. Still, they stand firm. I did what was right, Alex says quietly to themselves, as they look out at the wreckage of their former life. But what's right isn't always easy. The judge calls for a brief recess, and Alex takes a deep breath, steeling themselves for what's next. The verdict is still to come, but Alex knows one thing for sure. This battle is just the beginning. The days following the courtroom revelation are filled with tension. The media frenzy intensifies and Alex's life becomes a whirlwind of interviews, threats, and unexpected supporters. While some hail Alex as a hero for exposing the truth, others brand them as a traitor to the family. Even their closest friends seem divided. It's not just about the trial anymore, Alex reflects, watching the headlines flood their screen. It's about what happens to everything after. The pressure mounts as Alex tries to hold on to their own sanity amid the chaos. The truth may have come out, but the fight is far from over. As the media storm continues, Alex's uncle strikes back. He launches a counterattack, using his power and connections to discredit Alex. He spreads rumors, hires PR firms to paint Alex as unstable, and even plants false stories about their involvement in the case. "I knew he'd fight dirty," Alex mutters, staring at the smear campaign unfolding on TV5. "But I can't let him win this way." With their name under fire, Alex begins to prepare for the next stage of the battle, fighting not just for the truth but for their own reputation. The battle for their future has begun, and it's going to be a fight like no other. The true scale of the conspiracy becomes clear as Alex uncovers something even more shocking: a web of influence that reaches far beyond their uncle. Financial documents, shady offshore accounts, and connections to political figures begin to surface, painting a picture of corruption that stretches through society's upper echelons. "This isn't just about family," Alex says, their voice shaking with the weight of the discovery. "This is about a system that's been rigged for years." Realizing they're up against an enemy much bigger than they thought, Alex decides to go deeper, even if it means risking everything. "If I expose this," Alex reflects, "I might destroy it all. But I can't live with myself if I don't." As Alex digs deeper, they realize the full extent of the family's involvement in the web of deceit. Family members who once seemed untouchable now appear complicit in the scheme. Alex is torn between loyalty and justice. A late-night dinner with their mother, who has always been supportive, only deepens the divide. "You don't understand, Alex," their mother says, tears in her eyes. "This is your family. You're tearing it apart." Alex feels the weight of the words, but they know they can't stop now. "I'm not tearing it apart," Alex says, their voice steady but filled with sorrow. "I'm trying to save it." The realization that no one is truly innocent in the family is a painful one, but Alex knows there's no turning back. Alex decides to take their case to the people. Instead of letting their uncle control the narrative, they begin to speak out, using social media, interviews, and public forums to reveal the truth. They expose not only their uncle's actions, but also the systemic corruption that allowed such manipulation to thrive. "The truth is bigger than me," Alex declares in a press conference. And it's time everyone knew the truth. As the truth gains traction, Alex's uncle is forced to respond. The battle is no longer just legal, it's public, and every move they make is under scrutiny. But Alex doesn't back down. This is the reckoning. The truth will win. The courtroom becomes a battleground as Alex faces their uncle in a legal showdown. With the media focused on every word, every piece of evidence Alex has gathered, the case shifts into high gear. But just as Alex thinks they're gaining momentum, their uncle strikes back with a devastating blow. He exposes a deeply personal secret from Alex's past, one that could destroy their credibility in the eyes of the jury. "You think you're in control now?" he sneers, his voice dripping with venom. "I've always had the strings. You've always been my puppet." Alex's heart races, but they refuse to back down. "No," Alex retorts, voice steady. "You're the one being played. The truth will come out no matter what you do." As the trial progresses, Alex begins to realize that the fight is not just with their uncle. The betrayal goes deeper. Someone from within their own camp has been feeding information to their uncle's side. Jessica, once a trusted ally, is revealed to have been secretly working against Alex. "I thought I was helping," Jessica says, guilt written all over her face, "but I didn't know how far it had gone. I didn't realize your uncle's reach." Alex feels the sting of betrayal, but knows they cannot waste time with the past. "You made a choice, Jessica." "But I'm not giving up," Alex says coldly, turning away. "This ends now." "No one must say no." In the heat of the trial, Alex uncovers a critical piece of evidence, a hidden recording that captures a conversation between their uncle and a political figure, confirming that the entire case was orchestrated from the start. With this final blow, Alex takes the stand once more. "I have one last piece of evidence," they announce, voice unwavering. The recording plays in the courtroom, revealing the conspiracy in vivid detail. Gasps ripple through the room as the truth unfolds before everyone. Alex's uncle, now desperate, tries to refute it, but the damage is done. "This is the truth," Alex says firmly, locking eyes with the jury. "This is what's been hidden from you." The days following the revelation are a whirlwind. The media now hails Alex as the victor, but the personal cost of the battle weighs heavily. Alex's family, once powerful and united, is fractured beyond repair. "You've won the case, Alex," their mother says quietly, standing in the doorway, "but at what cost?" Alex looks out the window, the weight of the question pressing on them. "I didn't do this for fame or for revenge. I did it for the truth." But it doesn't make the losses hurt any less. The phone rings, and Alex answers, their heart sinking as they realize that the real consequences are yet to come. In the final moments of the trial, Alex is faced with an unexpected decision. Their uncle's legal team offers a deal, an admission of guilt, but with no prison time, just a fine and a public apology. It's tempting. It would protect the family's reputation and put an end to the chaos. But Alex knows that accepting this would betray everything they've fought for. "No deal," Alex says firmly, standing tall. "The truth is what matters, and I won't settle for anything less." The courtroom holds its breath as the final verdict is read, guilty. The judge slams the gavel down, and for the first time in a long while, Alex feels a sense of justice. It's not over, but they've won the most important battle. The verdict has been delivered, but the victory feels hollow. Alex walks through the family estate, now a symbol of everything they've lost. The once strong bond with their relatives is now shattered. Their uncle, though convicted, still exudes a certain power. He remains a fixture in their family's legacy, and his influence has tainted everything. Alex's mother remains silent, her disappointment heavy in the air. "You've won, but at what cost?" she asks, her voice barely a whisper. "You've ruined everything we worked for." Alex's heart aches, but they know deep down that the price of the truth is never cheap. "I didn't choose this, but I had to do what was right," Alex replies, their voice steady despite the ache. "This was never about power or revenge. It was about justice." As the days pass, the media continues to hound Alex. The case is now a public spectacle, with reporters constantly knocking on their door, questioning their every move. "Was it worth it?" one reporter asks during a televised interview, leaning in with a smirk. "You exposed your own family. Was it worth the destruction?" Alex forces a smile, their fingers clenched tightly. "The truth is always worth it," Alex says, though their voice trembles. "Even if it costs everything." But as the camera flashes and the questions intensify, Alex can feel the weight of the world pressing down on them. The victory is bittersweet, and the pressure of being the family traitor becomes unbearable. The emotional toll takes its toll on Alex as they receive a call in the middle of the night. Their cousin, who was once close, has cut all ties. "You've destroyed our family, Alex," they say, their voice cold and final. "We can't associate with someone who's so willing to tear everything apart." The call ends abruptly, and Alex stands in silence. A part of them knew this day was coming, but the finality of it stings like a wound that won't heal. Alex drops the phone, their chest heavy with the weight of the decision they had to make. "I did what I had to do," Alex whispers, but even they can't convince themselves that it was worth it anymore. Despite the chaos around them, Alex knows they cannot stop now. The trial may be over, but the system that allowed their uncle to control everything is still in place. Alex has become a symbol of resistance, and now they must use their newfound influence to reform the very system they just exposed. With the evidence they've gathered, Alex begins speaking to journalists and public figures, slowly gaining momentum in their mission for systemic change. "I'm not just fighting for myself anymore," Alex says in a passionate speech. "I'm fighting for every person who's been manipulated, for every victim whose story was buried under lies. This is where we rebuild." The fight for change is far from over, But Alex knows the true cost of their victory is yet to fully unfold. The system is built on power, and those who hold it will never let go easily. Alex has won the trial, but the fight for justice is a lifelong battle. The phone rings once more, a quiet reminder that the weight of the truth has consequences. Alex, there's more to the story, the voice on the other end says. You've exposed one layer, but there's more, much more, hiding beneath the surface. Don't stop now. Alex takes a deep breath, the resolve in their chest stronger than ever. I'm not done yet, Alex says firmly. The truth will always find its way to the surface. The aftermath of the trial is far from the celebratory relief Alex had hoped for. The media, now obsessed with the sensational details of the case, turns their focus back on Alex. They've won the legal battle, but the fight has escalated into a much broader war for their reputation. Journalists bombard Alex with questions, some sympathetic, others cold and accusing. Was it really worth it? One reporter asks during an in-depth interview. You've exposed your family, your uncle. Was it worth tearing apart everything you once knew? Alex's gaze hardens as they stare at the reporter. The truth is always worth it, they reply firmly, though their voice trembles slightly, betraying the emotional exhaustion that's begun to take root. Even if it costs me everything. The weight of those words, everything, is no longer theoretical. Alex has already lost their family's respect, and their reputation is now tethered to a bitter battle for justice. Their phone rings relentlessly, messages flood in, and the pressure mounts. As Alex walks past the disapproving looks of family members who still believe in their uncle's version of events, they can't help but feel the isolation creeping in. But deep down, Alex knows they've done what was right. I can't let it all fall apart now, they think, steeling themselves for the long road ahead. This is bigger than me. The truth, once hidden, is now the most dangerous weapon in their hands. They will keep pushing regardless of what it costs. It doesn't take long before Alex's uncle retaliates. With his powerful connections, he's already begun a counter-offensive. His legal team goes on the attack, planting false stories about Alex's mental state, implying they're unstable, irrational, and vindictive. They're seeking revenge, not justice, one story claims, painting Alex as a person driven by personal vendettas rather than a desire for truth. The press is quick to latch onto these rumors, turning the public tide against Alex. Is this really who you want to be? One family member asks, their voice laced with guilt. You're tearing apart everything you've built. Alex listens to these accusations, but a fire ignites within them. He's not going to control the narrative anymore, Alex vows silently, staring at the distorted headlines. Their uncle's grip on the media is strong, but Alex knows that the truth is their only ally now. But with each story published and each whispered word from former allies, Alex feels the pain of isolation deepening. This isn't just a trial anymore, Alex reflects. This is a fight for everything I've ever known, for who I am. As they prepare to push back against the smear campaign, Alex understands this fight is about far more than legal victories. It is a battle for their soul, for the truth to stand, even if it means standing alone. As the smear campaign intensifies, Alex's focus sharpens. They know the battle is reaching its peak. It's no longer just about exposing their uncle, it's about exposing the system that allowed people like him to manipulate it for personal gain. As Alex digs deeper into the evidence, they uncover something even more damning. A hidden recording, a conversation between their uncle and a political figure, detailing the full extent of the conspiracy. We'll make sure the case goes in our favor, the voice on the recording says, cold and calculated. It's in the family's best interest. Alex watches the video in disbelief, the weight of the discovery sinking in. This isn't just about my uncle's actions anymore, they say aloud, pacing. This is about a system that's been rigged for years. We need to tear this down. Alex arranges a press conference. They know they've uncovered the final key to dismantling their uncle's power. As they present the recording in front of a live audience, Alex's voice is unwavering. This is the truth, this is what's been hidden, and it's time for everyone to see it. The courtroom, the public, and the press hang on Alex's every word as the final piece of the puzzle is revealed. The room feels electric, and Alex can almost feel the weight of justice descending upon their shoulders. In the aftermath of the revelation, Alex's life changes forever. The media frenzy reaches a fever pitch, and the public's perception shifts. Many view Alex as a hero, while others, particularly those who are tied to the corrupted system, begin to turn away. The impact of the trial, of the family's fracture, hits harder than Alex could have anticipated. Despite the external victories, the internal cost remains high. Alex's phone rings late at night. It's their mother. "We're finished, Alex," she says quietly. "The family's broken. No matter how many headlines say you're right, we can't come back from this." Her words hang in the air like a shroud of finality. Alex stands in their apartment, staring at the family portraits on the wall, now a painful reminder of everything they've lost. "I didn't choose this," Alex whispers to themselves. But it had to be done. The silence in the room is deafening as Alex faces the painful truth. While they've exposed the lies, the cost of the truth has left them with nothing but a shattered legacy. The final blow comes in the form of a phone call, one Alex never expected. The legal system has taken action, and Alex's uncle, despite his conviction, is granted a lenient sentence due to the political connections he's still able to wield. "It's not over, Alex," the voice on the other end says. The system is still in his pocket. Alex feels a sense of dread, but their resolve hardens. "Then I'll tear the system down," they reply, their voice firm. The truth doesn't stop here. This fight is just beginning. As Alex stands before the courthouse one last time, they know the journey isn't over. "I've won some battles, but I'll keep fighting for the bigger one," they say. The fight for justice may never truly end, but Alex has learned one thing for certain: the truth is worth every sacrifice.